Let's go back in time to nearly a decade ago for a sec. Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire just came out for the 3DS consoles. You wake up on Christmas morning, eager to open up your gift that you knew was a 3DS game thanks to the oddly shaped wrapping paper. You rip it open and put your game cartridge into the 3DS. You load up Omega Ruby, pick your favorite starter, and get to experience the Hoenn region with a completely new twist. Mega Evolution. You watch your partner Mega evolve in awe as you see an all-new powerful form of the once little lad that you started your journey with. After beating the game, you throw on YouTube and watch this relatively new PokeTuber named A-Drive as he shows off all of the shinies he's found using the newly discovered DexNav method. Curious, you give it a try and lo and behold, after enough time, you find what might be your first shiny.
Ooh!
Well, actually, my first ever shiny was a random Psyduck I found in the Safari Zone when looking for a Pikachu. Anyways, back to reality, and fun fact, I actually have never found a DexNav shiny. I didn't really begin shiny hunting until Sun and Moon came out, but I decided that I was going to change that and do my first ever playthrough of Alpha Sapphire. But I wanted to not only use shiny Pokemon found through the DexNav, but I also wanted to add a twist. I'm going to be playing through Pokemon Alpha Sapphire using only rainbow shinies. Now, what exactly does that mean? There aren't any shiny Pokemon that are actually a rainbow, so we're going to do the next best thing. Find a shiny for each color in the rainbow in order, going red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Or purple and pink, whatever is easier for you. And now you might be thinking to yourself, Oshawaves, none of the starters in Hoenn have red shinies. And to that I say, correct. So we're going to ignore our starter, but we do have to first use it to save this old man from Little Pooch, and we have to beat our rival in a battle, but after both of those, we're good to go. One question you might be asking yourself is, what are the shiny odds? How does one exactly shiny hunt with DexNav? And to that I say, I have absolutely no idea. The internet is full of misinformation regarding this shiny hunting method. Some websites claiming that the shiny odds are based on how high your DexNav chain is, others say that the chain doesn't matter and it's based on your research level, which is basically how many times you've seen said Pokemon. I've also seen claims that neither matter as the shiny odds are a set number similar to the Friend Safari in X and Y. All these different numbers and odds and information, I don't know what to believe. But back to the present video. Like I mentioned before, we won't be shiny hunting for our starter as it's not red. However, there is a route we can reach that does in fact have a red shiny Pokemon, Route 102. This route includes lots of Pokemon like Zigzagoon, Wurmple, Poochyena, and even some more rare Pokemon like Surskit and Ralts. However, none of those shinies are red, but there is one other Pokemon that you can find on this route depending on your game version. If you play Omega Ruby, you can also find a Seedot here, but this little guy's shiny is orange rather than red. However, if you're in Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, then instead of Seedot, you can find Lotad on this route, which is absolutely a red shiny in my opinion. So this is the little guy we're going to be looking for. However, first we need to catch a normal Lotad as you can't actually search for a specific Pokemon until after you've registered in your Dex. And since this is a brand new save file, all we have registered is our starter. Now that we've caught that, we can begin chaining, which is pretty self-explanatory. Search for a certain Pokemon, encounter it, knock it out or catch it, and repeat. Doing so will create a chain, and from what I've seen, it will increase the chance of having a special quality appear. This can be an increased level compared to the normal wild level, or it could be an egg move. It could also be its potential, which just means the amount of perfect IVs it has. The final special quality that DexNav Pokemon can have is that they're able to have their hidden abilities. I think I broke my chain 3 different times, with about 60 to 70 encounters total, and I did 300 horde battles from a sweet scent Lotad that I found. But I had no luck. So I figured why not fire up a stream on Twitch and hang out with chat while I was shiny hunting. And rather than counting total encounters, I was actually doing a chain count. So that's why the number is so low. So one thing about chaining is every 5, the Pokemon will be like a level 10 levels higher. Oh my god! No way! I just went live! I just went live! No way! Oh my god! Oh my god! Now, if you couldn't tell, I was super excited to find this shiny. I couldn't believe how fast I found it. Was this because DexNav is the greatest shiny hunting method? Or is it because I was insanely lucky? I had no idea. But with our red shiny crossed off, we still have the rest of the rainbow to go. There are a few shinies that we could get at this point. Zigzagoon comes to mind. If we beat the gym, we could get a Makuhita, but I wanted something better. In Petalburg Forest, we can find a certain little guy whose shiny turns orange, Shroomish. And that's what we're gonna hunt for. Before we begin our next chain, we meet up with our dad and help Wally catch his first Pokemon, which is basically just a more creative way to implement a catching tutorial. Then we made our way into Petalburg Woods, caught a Shroomish, and saved this researcher from a Team Aqua grunt with the help of Mad Lad Tad. And similar to before, I did a few Shroomish change and had failed a bunch of them while trying to learn how the DexNav works. But during one of our test runs, trying to discover more about the DexNav, this happened. A-Drive said it's like an incline. It's like the higher your chain, the better the shiny odds. So I don't really know. Oh, it doesn't matter, shiny Shroomish. Oh my god, 3. We've 3 again. 3 is the holy number. Oh my god. Did we do like 20 other Shroomishes and fail a bunch of chains? Absolutely. But shiny Shroomish in 3 again. 3 is the holy number. Oh my god. That is crazy. Okay, shiny Shroomish. Dude, that is so cool. I've never shiny hunted with Dex Snuff before, so this is really cool. This is really, really, really cool. This is so sick. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Let's go. First ball, 2. I feel like I should start counting just total Shroomish encountered rather than chains, and then just manually count chains. What do we name in this gamer of a Pokemon? Tofu's gas, but Fireflower is such a good name, bro. Dude, I gotta go with Fireflower. I'm sorry, I gotta go with Fireflower. Moving on our way to Rustboro City, Mad Lad's hat evolves, and although this isn't a red shiny anymore, I'm going to go off of the color I originally caught it in rather than the color it currently is, as there are plenty of shinies that change colors when they evolve, and I don't want to run through the entire game with just a Lotad. But alas, we make it to Rustboro City, and I rush north to Route 116 to get our next shiny Pokemon, a Skitty. Now yes, this isn't the most yellow shiny ever, but at the time, I was gonna rock with it because this Pokemon line does not get enough love, until I got to a chain of 18 and then broke it. Sure, 18 isn't that high, but I completely forgot about another yellow Pokemon we can hunt for instead. But before we do, we take our 2 sparkly pals over to Roxanne's gym and challenge her to a battle. Fireflower being a grass type makes quick work of the Geodude with 2 turns thanks to Sturdy, and Mad Lad's hat being both a grass and water type, Nosepass stood no chance. Now before we get our next shiny, we've got a few things to take care of first. Like watching this drunk hooligan run out of the city, we find him in Rusturf Tunnel with a stolen Pico, so we beat him up with the power of Sparkles and return the stolen bird to this old man. Don't worry, we'll be calling in a favor from him later. But first we meet the president of the region and he sends us some random child to run his errands for him. Who the hell voted for this guy? Well, now we have to call in that favor from the old man and take his boat over to Dewford City. But I've got my priorities straight, so before we do someone else's bidding, we challenge Brawly, the fighting type gym leader. Now although this time we don't have the type advantage, we do have a little bit of a level advantage. Fireflower smashes his head into the small muscled man twice before sucking the life force out of him. And of course Mad Lad's head has some fun in the gym too, clapping at Makuhita, pause, before blowing some deadly bubbles, winning us our second gym badge. With a new badge obtained, it's almost time for another shiny hunt, don't worry. First we meet this really handsome looking man who's just staring at a wall. We slide him a letter from the president and use the old man's boat from before to take us to Slateport City. Just outside of Slateport City resides a familiar looking friend if you've been a fan of the channel for some time. Gauss. After finding and clearing out a horde of Magnemite, making sure to catch one, I can begin my Dex Snav hunt for our yellow shiny. Shiny Magnemite! 313 encounters on a chain of 4. Shiny Magnemite. Yo, Gauss Pulse is back, baby. I've been here for so long. Granted, my last 2 shinies were like a combined total of 10 encounters, so it makes sense. But Shiny Magnemite on a chain of 4, 313 total encounters. Oh, that's sick. That is insanely fast. Something tells me that Dex Nav shinies are actually insanely easy because this is without a shiny charm. Or maybe I'm just really lucky, I don't know. Normally, I don't name them, but if you're a returning member of the channel, you know my guy, Gauss Pulse. You know him. Shout out to my first ever video on the channel where we had a shiny Magnemite or Magneton named Gauss Pulse. My guy, let's look at him really quickly. Oh, that is so sick. Hidden ability 2, which boosts move power when the Pokemon moves after the target. So if we get outsped, boosted power with a mild nature, which increases special attack by 10% and decreases defense by 10%. So a special attack boost is something I will 100% take. I don't think this guy had any stars or anything special about him other than his hidden ability. But hey, that's a shiny Magnemite. That's shiny 3. Let's freaking go. With our yellow shiny obtained, and a great one at that, we can carry on in our story, which is the next big event is meeting Archie, the leader of Team Aqua. He just calls me a scamp and flooding the world and blah blah blah. Whoa, Fireflower is evolving. Fun fact, this is my first ever time using a Breloom. I hope he's good. We throw hands with Brendan for the first official time with our sparkly monsters, as he sends in a green Shroomish. Ew. Is he sick? Fireflower comes in and one punches Shroomish off the face of the earth. A Deed Stunt Shook of a Pokemon gets clapped and then sentenced to death by deadly bubbles. Hey, Oh, bye. We make our way to the way better, new and improved, although this game is 10 years old, Mauville City. Beat this strange child to a pulp, and then we find a crazy old guy who's legally allowed to use the power of electricity, but we have a Fire Flower from Super Mario Bros. Who has a passion for punching things, and she punches her way to a 3rd gym badge. We keep moving forward and make our way to Route 113, where we can get our next Rainbow Shiny, this round green boy. But first, we catch ourselves a normal one so I can begin Dexnav hunting, and I was in quite the shock when I found him. Shiny Sandshrew. 24? 24? Or was it 23? What? I don't even know what to say, bro. I don't even know what to say. Oh my god. Wait. Is Dexnav actually like the best shiny hunting method ever? Let's go to Mad Lad Tad. Let's go to Mad Lad Tad. I'm gonna use Fake Out. There's no way it kills, but it'll do some chip. Okay. A little bit of chip. A little bit chippy. Dude, I cannot believe how fast it was. Is Dexnav actually like insane? I did not think that Dexnav was as good. Granted, Magnemite took like 300, but 24? Oh my god. I cannot believe that. Little guy. Yeah, let's check out your stuff. Ah, it was 23. Okay, it was 23, not 24. It was 23. I clicked the button twice. I thought so. My thing like geeked for a minute. Oh, he used Fury Cutter. I thought this one knew Night Slash. No. He's a careful nature. He's a careful little guy who likes to thrash about. If you did not know, now you do. Shiny Sandshrew, baby. Let's go. And that is halfway down the rainbow. Bars, unintentionally bars. With this green little goblin joining our rainbow squad, the next thing we need to do is team up with Brendan to take on this absolute mommy of a character out in battle. But hey, if you want me to take you out after the battle, just say the word. We get an underleveled Gauspulse who's trying their best to be useful, but until they evolve, all they're really good for is getting Paras off and getting one-shot by any kind of ground move. Thankfully, our little green gremlin knows Magnitude and is able to get out a bunch of damage to both Grimer and Mightyena. But he gets roared out when we have everyone's favorite boxer come in, who, as history would show, punches the dog and this fish, taking them both out. On our way to do some more Team Aqua shenanigans, we experience paranormal activities with this strange man. What? What? How did you do that? What? Excuse me? After making our way up the mountain, we get some one-on-one time with this lovely lady, but rather than having some bonding time together, she wants to fight. I've still got our little baby robot in front as she leads with her pile of goo, so I send in Sandshrew and get our only good move Magnitude disabled. So we send in Gauspulse to paralyze it before getting obliterated by some mud, but Sandshrew is able to just barely take revenge with some Magnitudes. The fish from before comes back, but Fireflower did what Fireflower does best, and all of a sudden, our time with this lovely lady is up. Archie also wants to throw hands, and despite not having a fully healed team, we accept this challenge. Mad Lad Tad claps this dog before trying to imitate Fireflower with a punch, and even the dog was embarrassed with how weak that was, so he roars in the real One Punch Man, or woman, since Fireflower is actually a girl. We send the Tad back in as one of the most annoying Pokemon to fight comes out. We clapped it, but it has inner focus, so it didn't get flinched and confuses us and then knocks us out with its wings. Sandshrew gets outsped and dies, and Fireflower also falls since it's incredibly weak to the wind. Thankfully, this isn't a Nuzlocke, so we can just re-challenge Archie with a fully healed team this time, but I'll be sure to make it quick. Dog comes out. Fireflower power-up punches. We get swaggered, putting our attack at now +3. We power-up punch again, hitting through confusion, and are now at +4 attack. The bat comes out, and we do about half with a drain punch before living an air cutter on 4 HP. Next turn, we hit through confusion and take it out. Last comes out a bigger fish that outspeeds and ends Fireflower's rampage. We try to let Gauspulse have some fun, but he got obliterated, so we swap into Mad Lad Tad, who does some chip before getting taken out, and at this point, I'm thinking, I'm gonna lose twice in a row to Archie. But he just kept spamming Screech against Sandshrew, so we take it out with our newly added green guy. Speaking of, he evolves into a not so green guy anymore. He was once green and now he's red. Colors. This red-haired girl with anger problems is our next opponent and the only thing standing between us and our 4th gym badge. But she uses fire types, so our not so green guy plus Mad Lad Tad both have the type advantage. So we should have this in the bag. Slugma Balls is her lead, and we've got Sandslash in front, who 2-shots with Magnitude and chips down her next Pokemon Torkoal before getting taken out with Overheat. Then we send in Mad Lad Tad, and I don't know what she mixes with her bubbles that makes them so deadly, but they take out her Torkoal and her Numel, allowing us to reach the halfway point in our badge quest. Not that this is a shiny badge quest, but our quest to get every gym badge. However, now it's finally time for us to get our next Rainbow Shiny. With blue being our next color, I make my way back to where it all started on Route 102, and catch myself a Ralts. Fun fact, Mega Gardevoir is my favorite shiny of all time, so you know we absolutely had to shiny hunt for Ralts. And though the dex nav method was treating me really nice, all good things must come to an end, and eventually, and after 500 encounters and countless chains, we had no luck. But I was determined to find the shiny baby. Oh, I got it! I got it! Oh my god, I got it! Oh my god, I got it! Dude, oh my god, I was even looking at my screen. Oh my god, I was looking at my phone, and in the back of my mind, I was literally thinking, this is the one, I'm gonna get it, because I'm not looking. 530 shiny Ralts. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh my god. We got it. I can't damage it, and I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna try to ball. Oh my god. I've 530. Dude. Oh my god. Let's go. I'm not surprised first ball. It's a Route 1 Pokemon with an Ultra Ball. Let's go. Oh, let me look at you. That's a chain of 30, by the way. I got on at 500 flat, or I stopped playing at 5. It knew teleport. Oh my god, if I didn't catch it, it could have teleported away. That's kind of crazy. Oh my god. And it has Synchronoise, which is like an egg move. That is so sick. I don't know what nature that is. Relaxed. I think that's actually like really, really bad. But I don't even care. Shiny Ralts, 530 encounters. Oh my gosh. Let's go. That is our blue shiny. And unlike the other ones, this one does not change color when it evolves. And also, despite the fact that our Pokemon have evolved, we still do kind of have a rainbow team in a sense. We got red, orange, yellow, green, blue. So it's still rainbow. It still works out in a way. Oh, I'm so happy I finally got it. I then got to grinding XP against wild Pokemon to evolve our Ralts into a Curlia and to catch it up with our team's levels. And during the process, something crazy happened. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is my mic even working? Oh my god. I was just training up the team and there's a shiny Numel. I mean, it's not a rainbow color, like, it's blue-ish, but we already got blue, but oh my god. Random shiny Numel. Holy I'm not gonna swear, but oh my god. I like, dude, it's so crazy, because I literally was thinking to myself, too, this is, like, might happen. Obviously, I'm gonna catch it, because I'm gonna make this my new main save file for Gen 6. Oh my god, dude, I cannot. That is crazy. Okay. Oh, I just got red so hard, didn't I? Oh, are you dead? After a bit more training, we challenged our dad's gym to try and earn our 5th gym badge. But Norman isn't a gym leader to sleep on. With his 2 slacking, he can pack a punch. Speaking of, he leads with one of them, and we lead with Gauspulse, who gets yawned before paralyzing with a Thunder Wave. So we switch into Sand Slash to chip it down, but he yawned again. So I send in Curlia, who quickly fell to retaliate. Mad Lad Tad comes out, and we get off 2 Rock Smashes before Norman heals with a Hyper Potion, so we kept slowly chipping it down, and thanks to defense drops and the para, we're able to take down his first slacking. Next out is Vigoroth, and we hit 1 Rock Smash before going down to a retaliate, so Gauspulse comes back out to get another Thunder Wave, Supersonic, and 2 attack boosts from a Charge Beam that takes on Vigoroth, which makes me think that maybe Gauspulse can do something to his final slacking. We get swaggered, but aren't stupid enough to hit ourselves in confusion and use Thunder Wave again. However, it seems I spoke too soon, as the next 2 Hoenns we actually do hit ourselves. Thankfully, slacking Strong and getting paralyzed lets us live another day. So after we confuse with Supersonic, we can do half with a single Charge Beam before eventually getting Takeout. However, Sandslash is able to come in and clear out with 2 Magnitudes, winning us our 5th gym badge. Moving on in the story, we do the Latias side quest and get ourselves a Latias, but we won't be using it since A, it's not shiny, and B, it does not fit the next color in the rainbow. Gauspulse also evolves into Magneton, and in perfect timing, as next up we have to deal with Team Aqua at the Weather Institution, which means we get to see this lovely lady, but as per usual, all she wants to do is fight. And our time spent together was cut short, because Fireflower just one-shots her angry fish, and you know what, I think that's kind of deserved for not wanting to spend time with me. Speaking of fights, Brendan wants a rematch. However, Mad Lad Tad was all we needed. Since it was raining, we were able to take down his team of Shroomish, Slugma, and Marshtomp with rain boosted surfs. We tried out the Devon scope on my dad, and then we challenged the 6th gym leader Winona, but we had nothing to counter her Altaria, and she ended up sweeping me with it. So we evolved Curly into Gardevoir, hoping that with the boost in fairy power, we'll be able to deal with her Cotton Bird. We challenged her to a rematch. We've got our recently powered up Gauss Pulse against her Swellow, and a Charge Beam picks up a clean KO, and we pivot into Gardevoir as Altaria comes out. We go for a Psychic, doing exactly half, as it sets up Cotton Guard, which allows us to take it out next turn. What had once swept the entire team was now taken out in a mere 2 turns. Fire Flower gets taken down by Skarmory, but Gauss Pulse was able to finish the job, as well as take out her last Pokemon Pelipper, and that's Gym 6 done. But before we can go pick up our next team member, our rival wants to fight again. Similar to last time, he got swept by one Pokemon, but this time it was Gardevoir. Psychic took out Swellow, Draining Kiss took out Swampert, and both Magcargo and Breloom also fell to a Psychic. And with that dealt with, we can move on to our second to last shiny hunt. Now we're at Indigo in our rainbow color list, and one Pokemon instantly comes to mind. I rushed my way into the Safari Zone, made my way to the top right corner, ran into the grass until I found a Pinsir. We caught this bad boy and got to looking for a different colored bug. Oh, yo, there it is. Wait, okay, that's 422. That's 422. That's 422. Not 421. I didn't click the button. 422 shiny Pinsir. Oh my god. Yes. There it is, bro. There it is. Look how high level my Blaziken is, bro. I've been here for so long. Oh my god. Okay, I didn't bring like anything else with me. I'm kind of an idiot. But I don't think this thing dies to a surf. I can't inflict any status, but oh my god, shiny Pinsir, bro. Look at that thing. That thing looks sick. Alright, let's ball. I got 10 Ultra Balls. I hope that's enough. Dude, this thing is sick. I've never had one of these before. Shiny Pinsir, bro. What a guy. And? Oh, first ball too. We're goated like that. We're just goated like that. Yo. Oh my god, that's sick. My guy. I don't know what the chain was either. I was on a chain. I don't know how high the chain is because these things like kind of level from 30 to 33. Right, little timid action. I mean, that's not amazing, but that's absolutely not terrible either. And that is our shiny Pinsir. I've actually never used one of these before, so I'm super excited to. Heck yeah. After capturing one of nature's finest inventions, we have to send these grunts to death row. At the tip top, we find Archie running away with the blue orb, and after dealing with this very tall and buff man, we for some reason are given the red orb. Then we have to chase after Archie as Team Aqua makes their way to Slateport City to steal a submarine. Like every other Pokemon game, us being this random kid are required to breach Team Aqua's base and somehow seal it back. I don't even know how to drive a submarine, but by the time we get there, they've already modified it to be a Sharpedo, which looks pretty sick. After beating up the tall man again, we watch them take off to do whatever they're doing. And now that we're this invested in taking down Team Aqua, raiding their base and clearing it out, why not go get another sparkly gym badge? Now, do not get me wrong, I absolutely love these games, but having the 7th gym badge only have 2 Pokemon is insane. But a gym battle is a gym battle. We both have Pinsir and Gauss Pulse against Solrock and Lunatone. Pinsir does some good damage with an X-Scissor on the Solrock as it sets up Sunny Day, and Gauss Pulse the same with Flash Cannon on Lunatone as it sets up Light Screen. Then next turn we repeat with X-Scissor and Flash Cannon, winning us our super challenging second to last gym battle. However, this earns us our 7th gym badge, and now we can focus on more important things like talking to the champion about that big green beam in the sky. We go to his place and start cooking up a game theory video about what it could be. See, personally, I think it has something to do with the secret 4th Reggie Grass, but he think it has something to do with Kyogre. But why would Kyogre spit out a green beam? I don't even think it learns Solar Beam in this game. Then he gives us a scuba suit and the HM for dive as a thank you for having a playdate with him. I decided to take a break from all this battling and go for a swim, and I somehow ended up accidentally finding the shark submarine from before. Curiosity got the best of me, so I went deep inside the cave and eventually found Archie himself with Maxie and this weird looking fish behind him. Whoa, Maxie, what are you on your hands and knees for, buddy? Stand up straight, you're a grown man for crying out loud. Speaking of, the other grown man gets a power trip and ends up fighting us. He leads with this childhood puppy, but it's been 20 years and it's this dog's time to get put down. We also take down this giant glob of goo with 2 earthquakes before switching into Gauss Pulse to handle this annoying bat, and Gauss Pulse does just that with 2 charge beams. Then comes out an angry fish who becomes an even angrier fish. He's so angry that he chomped on metal and won. He even ate Fire Flower and Mad Lad. He tries to eat our Pinsir too, but he hangs on with just 6 HP before taking down Archie's Mega Sharpedo. He starts rambling to the weird looking fish, but just then, True Beauty enters the cave. But she ignores me and goes right for Archie. What am I doing wrong? Just then, the little fishy guy behind us wakes up from his nap. He looks so friendly. Oh, he's playing hide and seek, huh? Did bro just no-clip through the cave? And now it's raining. Great. Guess we better go follow that fish. And in doing so, we end up in Sootopolis City where we meet up with the whole gang and they're talking about the end of the world or something. But I just want to go and meet up with our fishy friend again. So I go into the Cave of Origin, put on my scuba gear, and wouldn't you know, the fish is back. He even lets me jump on his back and ride him to his super secret lair. This is how you know we're true friends. And then he becomes even bigger than before. And although he looks cool, the land dinosaur looks better. And now we gotta fight the fishy friend, but he means business as he casually takes down Mad Lad and Fire Flower. Then we send in Gauss Pulse and paralyze it with a Thunder Wave. Next time we hit a Charge Beam and get the special attack boost before taking a Body Slam. We fire off another Charge Beam, dropping it down to 1 HP before getting taken out. Thankfully we send in Sand Slash and Earthquake finishes the job. Looks like land is better than water. Sorry little fishy guy. But then the green beam returns and shoots the rainstorm away in an instant. And just like that, we've saved the world and now everyone is happy and the bad guy is sorry. Because in the Pokemon world, a simple apology is all it takes to make up for almost committing mass genocide. Now this calls for a celebration. So we go talk to the professor who upgrades our Pokédex. And now we can find a lot more wild Pokemon in the game through DexNav, which is needed for us to be able to pick up our last shiny to complete this rainbow. We make our way back to the Safari Zone and pick up this Whittle Wabbit. And after registering it to the Pokédex, it's time for one last shiny hunt. There it is! There it is, 127. Oh my god. It's real. Shiny Baneri, 127 encounters. That was so... Well, that wasn't fast. By any means was that fast. But like, oh my god. Dude, that was so cool. Like... I don't know, dude. I'm just happy I got it, dude. Honestly, God, I'm so happy that I got it. And first ball. Let's go. Oh my god, dude, that's our last one for the complete shiny rainbow. With our shiny pink Baneri. Look at that little... I don't know if it's a guy or girl, but look at that little thing. Yo! Oh, that was so... Okay, like that was faster than Pinsir, so it feels really fast to me. Little man! Let's check you out. That is a... That is a quiet nature. I actually think that is like the worst nature this thing could have, which kind of sucks, but it doesn't have Klutz, which is huge. I'll totally take that. I will totally take that. Good perseverance. Level 30 shiny Baneri. Let's go, bro. I'm so happy. There's our rainbow shiny quest completed. With Baneri found, that marks the last shiny we need to fill in every color in the rainbow in order. But we still have to get our 8th badge, challenge Elite Four, and become the champion of the Hoenn region. Before we do that, we can evolve our little bunny into the most over-sexualized Pokemon to ever exist. And I just now realized that we have both of the Pokemon in one video. But to recover from this awful realization, we evolve Gauss Pulse into Magnezone. And now I think we're ready for the 8th gym. Wallace leads with the Fish of Love, and we've got our newly evolved robot who is immune to love of any kind, so it obliterates the small heart fish. We send in Fire Flower for our next opponent Wishcash, and after a few blows to one another and Wallace healing with a potion, we can take down one of my least favorite Pokemon of all time. My Little Mermaid, if it was a Pokemon, is out next and takes down our Fire Flower and our lily-padded friend Mad Lad Tad. But then we send in and Mega Evolve our Lopunny, and despite the level difference, we almost take it out with some Dizzy Punches before getting dropped. And then Gardevoir finishes the job. We switch into Gauss Pulse for Celio, who gets one shot, and last out is King of the Sea, known as Sea King, but it's female. One discharge and it's over. We earned our 8th gym badge and bro hits the JoJo pose as we get the HM for Waterfall. Now we're just gonna skip over Victory Road because it's pretty boring, and we're gonna jump right into Wally, and I'm not entirely confident that I can actually win this battle. Mega Gallade is not a force to be reckoned with, but we have no choice, so let's see what we can do. He leads with Altaria, and we've got Lopunny in front, so we switch into Gardevoir, who's immune to Dragon Pulse. We set up a Calm Mind and drop it down to Red HP with a Draining Kiss next turn, but the Altaria can't hit us, so it sets up Safeguard, and we can pick up our first KO next turn. Lopunny comes out as Wally sends out his own Magneton, who lives on 1 HP from a Jump Kick thanks to Sturdy. And we lose half our HP to a Flash Cannon, but we take it down next turn with a Power Up Punch, boosting our attack. We swap into Gardevoir again as Roselia comes out, and why this is not a Rose Raid to me makes no sense, but a Psychic one-shots. Lopunny is back out for Delcatty, and we pick up a Jump Kick one-shot. Then the Gallade comes out, saving the best for last, but now we're in trouble. We hit a Dizzy Punch hoping for confusion, but we didn't get so lucky and get taken out with a Psycho Cut. Mad Lad Tide gets taken out just as fast as she came into battle. We send in Fire Flower hoping to get some chip, but a Psycho Cut one-shots us too. Gauss Pulse gets sent out hoping to Thunder Wave, but we get outsped and one-shot by a close combat. I send in Pinsir and misclick Sword Stance, and this might have costed us the battle since we were actually able to live a Psycho Cut. We click Earthquake, but a Slash comes in, and we live on just 5 HP. Earthquake is enough to take it down, and we've beaten Wally. Now all that stands in our way is the Elite Four and Champion. However, our team is pretty well crafted to handle the Elite Four. Sydney, the Dark type specialist, is our first foe, but half our team is super effective against Dark types, so this should be pretty easy. Mariana is his lead, and we've got Gardevoir in front who sets up Calm Mind, but we get swaggered, increasing our attack and confusing us. Thankfully, we break through and one shot with a Draining Kiss. Sharpedo gets sent out, does over half with Crunch, and we hit ourselves in confusion, so we fall next turn. We send in Mega Evolve our Lopunny, who takes out Sharpedo with a few power-up punches. Shiftry is out next, but we miss a jump shot and take ourselves out. However, we can send in Pinsir, who one-shots with a 4-time super effective X-Scissor. Absol comes in but gets one shot, and so does his last Pokemon Cacturn. Pretty easy fight, since we've got counters upon counters. Let's try to keep this pace up. Phoebe, the Ghost-type specialist, is our next opponent, leading with Dusclops, and we lead Lopunny for one specific reason. If we Mega Evolve, we get the ability Scrappy, which allows us to hit Ghost Pokemon with normal and fighting moves. So we fire off a power-up punch and get confused. Next turn we hit another, and it uses Curse, cutting its own HP to chip us down each turn. Phoebe then fully heals with a full restore, and we hit ourselves in confusion, and adding on curse damage, we get taken out. So we try our luck with Pinsir, and we slowly chip it down and eventually take it out with an Earthquake, but he used curse during the process, so we get dropped to 10 HP and taken out by a fake out from Sableye. Gauss Pulse comes in, paralyzes it with a Thunder Wave before we switch into Gardevoir, who one-shots with a Draining Kiss. Then Bennett comes out, who eats a Psychic before burning us with Will-O-Wisp, but Synchronite pops off and burns a Bennett, but it didn't matter because she used the full restore anyways. However, this allows us to take it out with 2 Psychics. Another Bennett comes out, and this one is much easier to deal with as it only goes down in 2 turns. Last out is Dusclops, who loses about half his HP to a Psychic before taking down Gardevoir with a super effective Hex. Thankfully, Gauss Pulse was able to revenge kill with a Flash Cannon. 2 down, 2 to go. Glacia, the Ice type user, is next, but if I'm being honest, Gauss Pulse swept her entire team spamming Flash Cannons, and Pinsir took out the last Glalie. The last Elite Four members, Draco, also suffered a similar fate as the power of Calm Mind boosted Mega Gardevoir is nothing that his team of dragons can handle. But now, the hardest battle of the entire video. Our underlevel team versus the champion Steven and his Steel/Rock monotype team. Skarmory is his lead, and we've got Gauss Pulse in front, who fires off a Discharge, but hanging on from Sturdy, Skarmory sets up Spikes. Next turn, Steven uses a full restore, so we drop it back down to 1 HP again, and take it out with a Tri-Attack the following turn. Robobird is down, and we switch into Lopunny as Steven sends in Aggron. We Mega Evolve and go for a Power-Up Punch, but despite Stab and being 4 times super effective, it doesn't even do half. We just barely hang on from an Iron Tail, and I click Power-Up Punch again, dropping it as low as we are, but then we dodge an incoming Iron Tail, allowing us to take it down next turn with another punch. Claydol comes out, and we do over half with a Dizzy Punch, but inevitably fall to an extra sensory. So we send in Pinsir to finish off the job with a super effective X-Scissor. I switch into Gardevoir to handle Cradilly, and set up a Calm Mind as we get confused from Confuse Ray. We hit ourselves in confusion, take a Sludge Bomb, and get poisoned, but thanks to Synchronize, the Cradilly also gets poisoned. And next turn we hit ourselves again, which allows Cradilly to take us out. Gauss Pulse comes out and finishes off the Cradilly with a Flash Cannon, and he also takes down Steven's next Pokemon Armaldo with a Flash Cannon too. Now comes out Steven's ace, Metagross. But not just any Metagross, Mega Metagross. Now if I'm being completely honest, I spent about 2 hours trying this battle over and over, trying to pull out a win against this thing. So I'm terrified and kind of annoyed. We get up a Thunder Wave paralyzing it before taking a Giga Impact. Knowing that it has to recharge next turn, I send in Sandslash to get off an Earthquake before getting taken down by Giga Impact. However, this gives us another free turn. Seeing victory in sight, we send in Pinsir, firing off an Earthquake as it recharges, and it looks like victory is within reach, until Steven uses a full restore, curing the paralysis, which is the reason we were able to outspeed, and restoring Metagross to full HP. Thankfully, we were able to get an Earthquake off the same turn, but then a Giga Impact takes us out. However, with another charge turn opening, I send in Gauss Pulse and fire off another Thunder Wave, giving us the smallest chance of victory. Knowing that a Giga Impact is coming in, I switch into Fire Flower, but it gets paralyzed. I click Drain Punch, doing a small amount of damage, and it gets paralyzed again. We're able to get off a Force Palm too, but we get taken out with a Zen Headbutt. Little did Steven know that Fire Flower was holding a Rocky Helmet, which gets a bit more chip down on Metagross. Gauss Pulse, who's already weakened, comes out and fires off a Discharge, winning us the battle. And just like that, we became the champion China, the Hoenn region, only catching shiny Pokemon in the order of the rainbow. I had a lot of fun using the Dexnav to shiny hunt, but I'm not done here. For those of you who enjoyed the Box of the Shiny Pokemon series, expect a video on this game soon. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already, as like I mentioned previously, we are on the road to 10,000 subscribers, and every new sub helps. But with that being said, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.